Hi, British Vogue. I'm Renee Zellweger, and this is Life and Looks. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That was the best workout of my life. There is no motivation like a man chasing you with a live chainsaw. That corsage was a force of nature. It was one of my first leading roles, and I learned about the departments on a film, and I learned about the symbiotic nature of how each worked with the other and the rhythms of filmmaking. And boy, it was such a blessing. I couldn't believe somebody trusted me enough to let me give it a shot. Aww, Jerry Maguire little back dress. Yeah, that was an incredible time. Again, couldn't believe somebody trusted me to take that on. I felt very lucky every day. They made that dress for this scene. I think Cameron wanted something that was a little bit classic and a wink back to the old Shirley MacLaine movies that inspired the character. First Vogue, imposter syndrome. Again, I couldn't believe it. Acting in, as playing a character, there's something to hide behind. Within a photo shoot, I felt personally far more exposed and really vulnerable, but not anymore. Now it feels like play to me, and it's always fun. Gosh, that was such a whirlwind. Yeah. Aw, this is my first Oscars. Felt like the right first time. That is my friend Lauren Scott's first dress. She styled for the photographer Herb Ritz, and she was sort of his mainstay. And she decided that she was going to try her hand in designing. I believe there was a tall boy can of Budweiser and a bag of Doritos that went into the preparation for this look. There's Betty. Oh, yes. Yeah, I think this is the scene where she needs to take care of an emergency or something like that. Costume's a big part of elevating the humor when you're trying to play a comedic role, 100%. Within the context of the story, she's not a nurse at all. She's delusional. So that she takes it so seriously, and she goes for this standard sort of, I guess it looks like film noir or a Hitchcock version of a nurse's uniform. I mean, that's funny on its own. This hat, for example, can't get around that hat. Oh, Bridget. Goodness, that costume. Oh, made me laugh out loud. It's such an unusual experience to be able to revisit a character in different stages of her life. With each iteration, I think everyone involved, we're all different people. And to come back together and explore who these characters might be at this stage in life, and to have a lot of folks who have related to these characters for such a long time, it's pretty special. I heard some rumor that Hugh Grant kept the pants, the big pants, but I don't know if that's true. We'll have to ask him. Aww. Roxy Hart. This was an incredible night. We filmed all night. Had to be perfect, the timing with everybody involved. And I've never feeling like I just landed Olympic balance beam routine when we stuck that. The bathroom breaks were very expensive because those tassels would wrap themselves all around those fishnet hose. So we have to sacrifice the hose every time. It's show business. Okay. Oh, wow. First of all, it's an incredible dress. I love that dress. It's weighted and stuffed at the bottom so that it holds its shape. And it was a kind of bustle in the back. And I remember that as we were leaving that night, a gentleman had stepped on the train, and I kept walking in the other direction, and it ripped it right off my dress from right beneath my booty. So I walked in with that pose, and I left with that pose. And there were parties and things afterwards, but I needed to go home and do a little bit of a costume change. And I realized that I didn't bring my house key. So I had to climb up the balcony to the second floor and climb in through a little bathroom window in that dress with the hole under my booty. There she is, Judy. These costumes were incredible. It makes it really easy to disappear into a character when you put her clothes on, especially the way that Chénie constructed these pieces, because she fit them to the posture that I would assume to emulate how she carried herself in that time. And so my shoulders were always forward, automatically, right away, ready to go. They were very itchy. Lots of gold thread and diamantes, but boy, were they beautiful. Just beautiful. Works of art, Chénie. Way to go. Well, that was a night. That is Oscar night 2020, and I was invited there for the Judy film, and I won an Oscar. Yes, in a really, really good dress. I mean, the construction of that dress was remarkable. All of those crystals hand sewn onto the fabric, weighted, and yet it felt like a t-shirt. I really felt like myself in that dress. Really elegant in a very understated way. There are 3 or 4 events that day, so you're up quite late the night before. And so I went to bed at about 3 in the morning, closed my eyes, and then I heard this. Yeah, it sounded like that. And I was like, what? And I put the flashlight behind the headboard, and there he was. There was a mouse, and he was attached to the back of the headboard, and he was scratching on the headboard. And I thought, not now. So we had a talk. And I said, you can stay, but if you come anywhere near the front side of this bed, I'm going to change the catch and release traps in the attic. Yeah, so probably went to sleep at about 5 that morning. That's what you get when you live in the canyon. I hadn't really thought about how these experiences have marked the milestones in my life. But so this one, it feels like it's the culmination of a lot of years of experience. And this one felt very grown up. When you work with Tani, there's always going to be a creative vision for the shoot that you don't expect. It's going to be fun and different, and she always is inspired by something that's going on in a moment that she has something to say. And it's fun to be part of it. What I really took away from this is how sorry I am that I can't tell you all the stories. But we can talk about the dresses. Thanks for watching. I'm Renee Zellweger. That was My Life in Looks.